Yeah, hi JP. This is Michael. Thank you for the email you sent me on Saturday. So it looks like you used ETS online to complete, it looks like, two writing practice tests and four speaking practice tests. And you said, is a TOEFL practice score reliable the same as the real score? I'm going to say it's predictable. I don't think it's 100% accurate because the artificial intelligence speech rater and e-rater, ETS is two artificial intelligence scoring engines. There's no way for the computer to know if you've addressed the content of the tasks, which means did you answer the speaking topics? Did you answer the writing topics? Did you provide the relevant content there? Right? But they do give you some important information. Now let's take a look at the score report that you got from ETS. And the purpose here is based on how SpeechRater and E-Rater, the two artificial scoring engines, how they see your writing and speaking. I can actually match what your problems might be with the lessons in my online course, right? That's what I can do right now. Okay, so let's take a look at. So your rating here, we'll take a look at the writing in just a minute. Let's look at. Okay, I guess this is writing here. So you got a score of 3 on the writing based on reading and listening, the integrated writing task. You have a score of 4 on the writing for knowledge and experience. So I think if you gotten 4 and 4 together, you would have probably been pretty close to, say, 25 points. But because you got a 3 on the integrated writing, it brought your score down. So let's look at the integrated writing here. It says responses that received these scores from human raters. It says you responded to the task relating the lecture to the reading, but your response indicates weaknesses such as. So there's 3 issues here. An important idea or ideas may be missing, unclear, or inaccurate. And that means there might have been one point that was important in either the reading or the listening. You didn't completely explain that idea. Number 2, it says there may be unclarity in how the lecture and the reading are related. It means that you might need to organize your ideas a little bit better. So to help you with that, if you go to my online TOEFL course for the integrated writing, the very first lesson, it's a master lesson. It's called TOEFL Integrated Writing Strategies. In that lesson, I show you how you can organize the writing task better. The other one says grammatical mistakes or vague, incorrect uses of words may make the writing difficult to understand. So you're having some problems with your grammar. Now, you are one of my writing bootcamp course students, correct? And I'm pretty sure that you paid for the bootcamp course in my online TOEFLcourse.com, right? So the question is, let's look at these problems in a little bit more detail. So what I want you to do is come to my office hours this week. It's Monday through Thursday. My office hours are from 11:30 to 12:50. And what I want to do is I want to set up a time where we can meet for about an hour, and I'm going to have you do a writing practice test, bring that to the Zoom meeting, and I'm going to spend an hour going over that writing practice test. We need to repeat this 2 times. One time for an integrated writing task, and then we do it one more time for an independent writing task, right? So come by my office so we can figure that out. Okay, let's take a look at the other writing. It says, you responded with a well-organized and developed essay. It says weaknesses might have to do with, it looks like use of English that is occasionally ungrammatical, unclear, or unidiomatic. So some problems with your word choice and grammar. And then 2, elaboration of ideas or connection of ideas could have been stronger. Okay, so with the connection of ideas, I have exactly the lesson for you right now. There's two important lessons that can help you tighten up the organization of your ideas. Okay, number one is I think it's speaking lesson number 6, how to make your speaking and writing more coherent. It's in the seventh step of my online course. Review that lesson. The other one, it's called TOEFL Independent Writing Strategies. You can even type in this into Google and then look for my Better TOEFL Scores website. The lesson again is called TOEFL Independent Writing Strategies. That's a good lesson for you right now also. So go over both of those lessons so that you can improve both how you organize and even how you develop your ideas. I think that will help you in those areas. Okay, so I think that this is giving you some good information. You now have some things that you can focus on in my online course in order to improve. Okay, let's look at the online speaking feedback for a minute here. It says it does not necessarily predict your speaking score. So, but it does tell you, when you look at this, it tells you what your weak points are. It means that your speaking rate is actually strong at 96%, but your sustained speech is weak at 86%. So I think that you can improve with your sustained speech. It says it's a measure an average number of words you say without pausing or two using filler words. So it means that sometimes you have pauses, but not after maybe the thought groups that you're putting together are a little bit too small. So I have a lesson exactly that addresses this. In the pronunciation part of my online course, JP, you want to practice the lesson. It's called Thought Groups and Blending. And simply put, to score higher in this area, with your sustained speech, you need to have thought groups that are around 5 to 6 stress words. And then you have a short pause, you have another 5 or 6 stress words, followed by another pause. So that's going to help you with the sustained speech category there. That's how I interpret that. Okay, let's keep going here. It looks like there's a connection because your sustained speech was a little bit lower. You're also lower with your pause frequency. So it says here it's a measure of how often you pause when speaking. Stronger speakers tend to pause less frequently. It says, but keep in mind that other aspects of pausing are also important. For example, pausing at the end of a sentence is better than pausing in the middle of an idea. So again, the same exact lesson will help you in this area. It's called thought groups and blending. So to give you an idea, if I said I went to the store yesterday with my friends and we bought 2 different pizzas. In that case, so I went to the store with my friends. I didn't say I went to the store with my friends. That would be problems with pause frequency there. I had some pauses kind of in the middle of the sentence, and you definitely don't want to do that. So pause frequency is important. You need to improve in that area. You also need to improve with your sustained speech. And then it looks like the vowels, you're less than 90% there. So you're having some problems with your vowels, your pronunciation of vowel sounds. So the way that you deal with this in my online course is you should complete my pronunciation pretest for vowel and consonant sounds. So let's find out specifically which vowels are you having more trouble with. See, the speech rater is not going to tell you that. I can tell you that. But still, this is very useful information here. So you want to complete the pronunciation pretest in my online course. Let's see what types of vowel sounds you're having trouble with, and then we can work on those things. Look at vocabulary depth. Wow, my goodness, 100. So you do really well in a lot of areas, but you can still improve there. So let's take a look at add a little bit more information here so we can see that. And let's go back to your practice score report. Okay, so it looks like it says your speaking task 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your scaled range is between 21 and 28. I mean that I'm going to say that that's pretty accurate. I mean, but it's a wide range. It doesn't help you that much, but it's giving you what they call approximately 25. And it says, and what we just went over was some of the things that you can work on. Now, what it didn't do is give you estimated scores from 0 to 4 in each of those tasks, so we could see more specific what your weak points are, but it doesn't do that. Okay, so I think that you do have a lot of useful information here. This is actually, you've got some great information. So based on my analysis of your results, your online results from your speaking and writing practice tests, you now have some specific lessons that you can focus on in order to get better. So I think one more lesson with your speaking, because your speaking is estimated to be at 25. Go to bettertoeflscores.com, my TOEFL blog. I want you to go into the search box, type in the keywords TOEFL independent speaking strategies. I think that's also a good lesson for you right now. All right? And don't forget, come by my office this week, right? And I'm pretty sure you haven't gotten feedback on those specific writing practice tests, so let's get that going where you can do a practice test, right? Then you meet with me. You've already paid the money to do this, right? So you do the writing practice test. We meet for an hour online. I go over it. You do the second practice test. I meet again with you for an hour to go over that. And that gives you the two error correction feedback videos or Zoom meetings that I promise. And I will also make recordings of those lessons for you so you can have that. Okay, and thank you for your email.